Hello, my name is Sergei Biziukin, and I want to announce my new book under the working title Escape from Trump Street Flesh and Blood of Putin's Russia. A few words about myself. I'm a Russian historian, journalist, and activist. I've been working as a journalist in Russia for 10 years. In November 2016, I started a petition to rename Godless Street in the Russian city of Ryazan to Donald Trump Street. The reason was to try and make Russian-United States relations better. Russia has a state propaganda system, including but not limited to incitement to hatred to Vladimir Putin's foreign enemies. My petition was a way to bypass the banned system, and it was quite a successful action. After CNN and Sky News shot stories about it, the petition generated some international media buzz. That time I hadn't realized that less than 2 years later I had to escape from Russia, from the very Trump Street, to save my life and freedom of my family and me. In 2016, I was announced as an independent candidate for the Russian presidential election. The purpose of my nomination was to show that everyone has the right to participate in elections, and this right is vested in the Constitution of Russian Federation. Unfortunately, many politicians were very frightened after potential presidential candidate Boris Nemtsov was killed in Moscow. Throughout a year, I conducted an active election campaign, met with voters, formed support groups in the regions. Campaigning, at the same time, took place in conditions of terror. In March 2017, an opposition politician, State Duma deputy Denis Voronenkov, was killed. Just like me, Denis Voronenkov emphasized the illegality of the occupation of the Crimea. And in May 2017, I received aggressive messages from neo-Nazis on the internet, and during this period, death threats began to come to me. In December 2017, I stopped the campaign. When it became known about the official nomination of Vladimir Putin, I make a statement that this is a violation of the Constitution of Russia. He doesn't have any right to be the president for the fourth time, so I could not participate in a crime. Right after the celebration of New Year 2018, it was reported that a criminal case against me was being prepared for my political beliefs in connection with my statements that the Russian Federation has illegally occupied the Ukrainian Crimea and calls to return the territory of Crimea to Ukraine. And it was just the beginning. Further interrogation coincided with my journalistic investigation. The results of the investigation point that the Russian intervention in the internal politics of Germany as a result of collusion between Vladimir Putin and a number of German businessmen. However, understanding of the criminal nature of the current regime came to me much earlier. And now I'm writing a book about its terror, murders, and wars since 1999 to nowadays, because I feel responsibility for my generation. I was not going to write this book. It has become a reaction on events which knocked me bottom of my life. I don't know what will happen in the future. That's why I hurried up with gathering everything that I know about dangers of the regime for citizens of Russia and all over the world in one book. We have a history of speaking out against governments in my family. In 1937, my great-grandfather, Ivan Karatonov, was arrested and put to death for anti-Soviet agitation. As much as I admire him for speaking out, I do not want to meet the same fate, but who knows? I hope my book will be one of the signals that will help stop the brutal dictatorship.